everything about it, like being real, not cheating. She ain't been passed around. You know, it's like a body count. That's really good.
Okay.
This why my favorite youngin. No, you see, this why my motherfucking favorite fucking youngin, man.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself, because I only talk about bad women that do bad things to good guys, and I teach the good guys how to spot the bad women. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. Can you do me a favor? Go ahead and hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, today I'm going to be reacting to Lil Durk making a statement about his girlfriend while he's with her because she doesn't have that many bodies. All right, what you guys have to understand is what Lil Durk explained to you is typically the way that a valued man is going to move. The way that any man values himself is going to move. It's not because he's rich, and it's not because he's a star. He's a prime example of what you're actually supposed to be doing. First, you're supposed to be gaining success. You're supposed to be doing things that better yourself, that make you valuable as a man. You're supposed to be out here chasing your dreams, chasing the money, chasing the success, because that's where your value is at. Now, I have made videos before telling guys that, hey, the money ain't gonna make you. You're right, the money ain't gonna make you. Along this road, you still have to develop a personality too. You have guys out here that are buku rich and they don't know how to talk to nobody, and they're paying $1 million to take a girl virginity. Like, you've seen this before. You meet more socially awkward people that are rich than you do that are actually poor. That's just how the game goes. But when it comes to a man, you have to have a certain level of alphaness in you that's gonna allow you to stand with a standard. So when it comes to women, you're able to do your research and base how you want to treat her based off your research. That's what you're not understanding. When a woman wants to manipulate you, the first thing that a woman says to herself is, what type of girl can I act like right now that's not going to make me look like I've been sleeping around with a lot of men? That's what you guys have to understand. That's why when you go back and you look at some of these girls' old pictures and you look at their old Facebook, it doesn't really match what they're telling you. With Instagram nowadays, you can't go look at a woman posting up bikini pictures all day and then she turns around and tells you, I go to church every Sunday, I'm a choir girl, I do all this. You're gonna look at her and be like, hold up, look at these pictures right here, right? But if you don't have any self-worth and you don't have any self-value, then you know what you're gonna say? You're gonna say, yeah, she is right. All the girls are doing it now. She's just doing it for attention, just like all the other girls. Once I get with her, I start treating her good, making her feel like a queen and all that. I'm just gonna stop her from posting these videos. That's what you guys think that you're going to do. It doesn't work that way. See, when you sit down and you gain value, now you have to protect it. You have to have a legacy to protect. You only gonna wanna protect something that you work hard to build. That's what Lil Durk is doing. He's protecting his legacy that he's already built. You have to understand, he already has 2 kids by another woman. So when it comes to deciding his newest girlfriend that he's getting ready to, I guess they're getting ready to marry, he has to go a little bit deeper. He had to do a little bit more research to make sure that he's getting the right woman. A lot of you guys do not start doing your research on women until you've noticed that she doesn't like you, until she starts playing games, until you start getting to the point of the relationship where it's getting ready to break off or somebody's gonna end up depressed. That's the difference between what he's doing and what a lot of you guys have made the mistake at in the past. And the reason why guys make the mistake so much is because you're not in control of your desires. And I told you guys this, you're not. The more you cannot control looking at a booty, looking at breasts, looking at a woman's sexuality, the more you can't control that, the more problems you're going to have with a woman. Because a bad girl, the wrong girl you're supposed to be with, she's always up to play the game. She has nothing else to offer in her life. 9 times out of 10, she grew up without a father in her life. Her and her mom don't get along. She blames her entire life on problems in the household, and here you come along like, oh man, bro, like, you know what, man, she done had a rough life. I'm just gonna treat her differently than any other guy she done told me about, and then she's gonna change and she's not gonna have to go through this. So what do? You spend most of your time with this girl trying to change her demeanor. You're trying to take a stray cat and turn it into a house cat, and it just doesn't work because she doesn't recognize the energy. So what happens? You continue to stay in this cycle of women to where you continue to fail. But when you start doing your research on women, you start seeing exactly where they're coming from. You start seeing their Instagrams. You start to actually see who they really are. It goes a little bit deeper than just the pretty face and the bikinis and the desires. Now you start to look more long term. You start to say to yourself like, all right, even if I got this girl, she's not even programmed to be a wife. She doesn't even respect herself. She's still running around here trying to get attention by looking like a smut. All right, that's a dysfunctional woman right there. Why would you want to be with a dysfunctional woman who can't function right? You have to take all this into play whenever it comes to women. Your thinking senses have to be higher. But the reason why a lot of you guys' thinking systems are not high is because you haven't put your back against the wall and opened your senses up. What do I mean by put your back against the wall and open your senses up? When you start chasing your dream and you start chasing success, you have to actually stop, pay attention to life the way it is, and you have to gain a lot of information in order to make your next move. When you get used to gaining a lot of information just to make the right move financially, it helps in dating whenever it comes to your senses, spotting out the wrong and right woman. That's what Lil Durk is doing. Lil Durk is showing you, I'm the bag. I got a business running right now. All right, my name makes money. I'm a high value man. I got to protect it at all costs. And all he did was just go back, do the research on a woman, and he said, this is the right woman for me. When you know you done did your research and the woman that's next to you is actually the woman that's going to actually work in your favor, life goes a lot easier. Life's a lot funner whenever you're doing that, because now you don't feel the need to go run around and just chase any girl out there. That's the difference between a real man and a little boy. A lot of you guys are little boys. What does that mean? That means that you think a real man has a lot of women sitting around waiting to just have sleep with him and do all that. That's not true. That's why when you go to Hollywood and you see all these weird people that are rich, ugly, and funny looking, those are the people that got 1,000 women sitting around them because they're paying for them. The more weird and ugly you are and you gain money, then you start to buy all these women to help support your image. But a real man doesn't do that. A real man says, man, I can't be out here with all these thought bots. At some point, you can't run around with these thought bots, because these thought bots have one goal and one goal only, and that's survival mode. They're always aiming to get the one up on you. So when you guys are making moves out here, you have to learn to keep a stripper at the strip club. And any girl that's looking like her, you have to learn to avoid her. Because if you don't avoid a girl who's trying to look like the wrong type of woman, you're gonna always fail. There's something in the air that has happened to men that is extremely sad. And the reason why it's so sad is because now it is so profitable. You could become rich getting online every day and making a man who's been hurt feel like he's actually the man. You know how many people are doing red pill content creators to try to teach you stuff that you're never going to get? Because for you to truly understand the red pill, you have to actually go out and live in reality. That's the sad part about what's happening in life, is that your metaverse character doesn't work in real life. It only works in the metaverse. You guys are caught inside of a bubble of a fake world that doesn't exist because you're never going to apply it to your real life. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you able to get the message behind the video. And remember, if you taking any of this personal, man, on some real shit, fuck you.